guys, today is an exciting day, man. I've caught up with a couple of guys. It's a unique experience because Coleman and I have kind of off and on corresponded over the years. He's known me from back in the Trans Am days, so that's a pretty cool little piece of trivia for the guys that know Triple X from way back.
That's
so
right.
Anyway, cool little piece of trivia for Coleman here. But this is Larry's business partner here, and the cool thing about what Larry and Coleman have today that I've stumbled upon is this amazing creation they got here. This X3, this is probably one of the baddest X3s on earth right now, and what they've got going here. And we'll get into why that is here in a minute. But Coleman, thank you for your time, buddy. It's good to catch up with you.
Absolutely, Chris.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure. So these two guys have they've brought up off the ground. They brought up Wick-It Performance, and Wick-It obviously is an ATV related kind of a scene. You guys have a shop now, Shreveport,
Louisiana. That's right.
Yeah, so they're in Shreveport. It's, kind of the epicenter of ATV, UTV activity here in the South. So
a lot of good companies in Shreveport.
Yeah.
I mean, you got High Left here, Super ATVs building their new store there. You got Catbo's. I mean, Shreveport, Louisiana is the center of mud.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where it come from.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
That's where we at.
Dude, love the location, love the branding. I mean, it's all over the bike here, and you guys can see some of the B-roll here. We look at the bike is. These guys have no slack on attention to detail. Dude, it's beautiful. So we'll just get right into it, man. Tell me a little bit about
the Wolf.
The Wolf. Dude. Tell me a little bit about the bike. Let's talk about the brand. Let's talk about the shop. Let's talk about the services. Just tell me everything Wick-It.
Well, Wick-It Performance, we have a passion for making things better.
Cool.
Whether it be suspension, wheels, tires, tuning. I do the tuning. Larry, he's my guy. He's my shop manager. He's the man that does the suspension and kind of the talking to the people about when they don't know what they want, but they kind of know what they want.
So he's a consult. You come in, he's like, hey, I want to be better. I want to go faster. I want to go bigger. Larry's the kind of guy that says, hey, look, this is the blueprint, and make sure it fits their budget.
This is what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
This is what we know works. We don't sell guys stuff that on Facebook it will fit. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Now, if a guy comes to me and is like, hey man, I want 42s on a 3-inch lift. Hey, it ain't gonna fit, but if that's what you want, we'll sell it to you.
Yeah, but
so
here's the disclaimer.
We don't do that a lot.
Right.
We talk to the guys, Larry especially, he will go into detail of why it won't work.
Yeah.
You listen to the guys and you read about this and read about that, and everybody's always doing it, but they never tell you about the negative part of it. Yeah, it may be doing it, but it's not enjoyable to ride.
Sure.
They'll ride from one campsite to another, sit there and listen to the radio. Yeah, it works. But if you get out on the trail and you actually want to use it,
Deal breaker.
it's bad news.
Yeah.
So Larry just, he's got a good way of talking to the guys. Hey, this is what we suggest. Maybe look into this, and a lot of times they follow suit.
Yeah, dude, I love it. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take this bike right here as an example. Let's dial it back, maybe 3 weeks. This bike was slammed to the ground. It had paddle tires.
That's right.
And they were out there hurting feelings on the strip with this bike.
Yeah, sand
drags.
drags.
Sand drags. So you see it now today, obviously it's a radically different creation. Still same bike, but they've transformed this into a Mud Mayhem bike for here at River Run this weekend. So tell me, give me like the 60-second version of what makes all this come together behind the scenes, your talent of how you've been able to put out the power. You can divulge all that if you want.
That's right.
And then how somebody can take advantage of those services.
Well, when we bought this machine, we bought this machine to promote the shop. The X3, in our opinion, is the hottest side-by-side on the market right now. It does everything good. It's a desert racer. It's a drag racer. It's a mud bike. It's a trail bike. I mean, it does everything pretty dang good.
Yeah. So
when we started Wick-It Performance, we bought an X3. This is an RS X3. It's the 72-inch wide, the 172 horsepower, and we wanted to make power, hence the name Performance. So we bought a dyno. We got a in-house Mustang dyno. We started tuning. Tuning these things is so much different than tuning cars nowadays. You got HP tuners, you got EFI Live, you buy the software, you go take a class, you're a tuner. So a lot of people think. So these do not work like that. There's no software that you can go and buy to get into the ECU and just start tuning. It doesn't work like that. You have to actually tune the ECU, create your own files, and it's quite the task.
Yeah, so this dude is like in there, just like the old days when they're scribing on papyrus with squill ink, that kind of stuff. This dude is in there literally creating these tables and has found the blueprint for what it takes to make power in these bikes here. It's not just the Can-Ams. I mean, you have talent in other areas too. I mean, you guys work on Polaris.
We did the Polaris. You know, we got some protocols for Kawasaki, and you know, the Arctic Cat, or now Arctic Cat, the Textron / Arctic Cat Double X, pretty sweet machine. You know, triple cylinder. They got big potential. The YXZ Yamahas, which also run the same engine, which in the sand or beast mode machines. So I mean, we do a lot of other things, not just Can-Am. We just chose Can-Am because of a couple of reasons that we like personally. But the Wolf here, it runs on E85. It has 1200cc injectors, stock turbo. This is not a big turbo machine. It still is very responsive off the throttle. There's no lag. It makes 215 to the tires. We're not talking about at the engine. Brake horsepower. This is real power to the tires. 215 horsepower. Custom 3-inch exhaust, intake, and it gets down.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of power. If you consider an application like that, you're making that kind of power in here with, you know, just a few custom services. That's pretty huge for all you guys that have this bike here. I mean, anybody can go out and you can get a custom lift. You can throw portals and tires under here, but you're still making the same power as guy B and guy C next to you. So these guys can distinguish you from the competitors. And so that's the super unique thing that I saw about their services, is the fact that you offer something for that now. There's not a lot of things out there. I mean, you can get in the forums and you can look around on the internet, and there's hack jobs this, and there's, you know, plug-in tuners that. But I mean, it's not the custom solutions you guys offer. And this is now something somebody can just come into your shop and consult with you guys, and y'all can take care of them. And you can make power in your own bike.
Yeah, you can be big and make power. And we're not the only guys that do this. I mean, it's not rocket science per se, but what we are the only guys in the South in the mud industry that do this. Everybody else, they're out west or they're up north. I mean, and they're good tuners. I'm not taking anything away from them guys, but we are mud country. So we know what it takes to do this. There's different aspects, you know. This isn't just getting your machine, throw it to the floor, and go flying down the trail. That's not how it works. You need low-end grunt, you need low-end torque, and the factory, they don't give you that. That's what we give you.
Yeah, that's pretty big, guys. So think about that when you get in your bike and you actually have power through the band. So super cool service here. So that's one thing that you can take advantage of. I mean, reach out to, it's Wick-It-Performance.com. Look them up online. I assume you guys are pretty responsive on, you said, social media. You guys have a Facebook page.
Instagram. You know, we keep up with all of that stuff. We post often what we got going on, what we're doing, what our plans are, and new stuff. You know, another cool thing about the side-by-side industry, ATV industry, is growing so fast. The manufacturers have realized, hey man, these guys, they want bigger battery. That's what they're giving us. They're giving us bigger battery. Well, we just make it that much more battery.
Yeah, tap into that. It's actually there, guys. It's in your bike.
That's right.
These guys can just pull it out. So.
Yeah, and you don't have to do a full custom setup like we do. We offer reflashes for the guy that's just mud riding. Like the XMR X3s, they have limiters on them. They only go 65 miles an hour from the factory because they come with mud tires. That's the way Can-Am does it. We have stuff, we take care of that. We get rid of that limiter. We lower the cooling fan so the machine runs cooler when you slow cruising down the trail, you know, especially down in the South when it gets so hot. So, I mean, there's a lot of advantages to this. And the guy still gets to run pump gas. 93 octane, throw one of our tunes in it, and dude, he's got a whole different machine with just a little bit of program.
Dude, I love it, man. That's a no-brainer. If y'all haven't already started Googling these guys and looking them up and connecting with them, you're dumb, because this is definitely a super cool solution. The thing that I like about them, they're not out with like a giant pitch and a height. I mean, we talk, the passion is there, and I really respect these guys that, you know, chasing their passion, putting in the super long hours it takes as an entrepreneur just to figure this stuff out, because it's not there. So they just developed this, got a super cool solution there in Shreveport, and the fact that they're doing this just to make the community better, make the riding scene, you know, a greater experience for everybody when we roll out on the weekends and get the show out. So,
and that's what we tell our customers. We enjoy to watch you enjoy. So I mean, when you bring us your machine, we treat it like it's ours. We don't want you going out there and breaking an axle in the first hole, or folding up an A-arm, or having issues. That's not fun, you know. that means you're going back to the trailer early, or you're going home early. Then it costs hundreds of dollars to get in an event. You don't want to have to work on your stuff while
bad
you're here.
frame of mind. It's just it runs the weekend. So yeah, I completely respect that. I mean, these guys get it. They're out here in the mud. I mean, they're doing the deal. They're right here they're in the show and shine contest here, baddest on the river. And dude, they got a lot of attention here with this rig. And we're gonna see you out in the mud this weekend. I mean, you guys are gonna be riding around, so I'm looking forward to seeing this bike put in some work. So, Coleman, appreciate your time, buddy.
Chris,
Larry,
thank you, man.
Sir. Like I said, guys, look him up online. Go ahead and find him, Wick-It-Performance.com. And then, like I said, social media, man, connect with them. These guys will take care of you. So I appreciate your time, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
You love XXX YouTube videos, but you just hate the ads. You guys want to see the latest XXX YouTube content before all your buddies. You want the best deals on the products and apparel that you guys love, then you need to be a XXX VIP. Just $19.95 a month, you get everything above, plus you get a distinguished XXX VIP pack. Just visit XXXmotorsports.com, get everything that you need right there.